Welcome. My name is Kathy, and I'm a member of the Tiny News tech crew here and happy to help you get started with Ghost. So we'll be talking through how to get your Ghost site made. I used to do this live with people, but we're trying something new here. So produce a little video to walk you through it. I hope you find it useful, but if any point you're stuck or it doesn't make sense, you've got my email. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to make your process as absolutely smooth as I can. So please get in touch. So in this video, we'll be walking you through how to create your Ghost account and then how to add TNC Tech as an administrator so that I can get logged into your site and help you get set up, and how to make sure that your Ghost plan ends up on the Tiny News plan so that you don't get charged by Ghost each month. Okay. So we'll work through all that. This is the first of several videos. So we'll have additional videos that cover later steps in what do I do to get ready to publish my excellent news site with Ghost. So first off, who's eligible for the Tiny News plan and for hosting with Ghost? So you do need to be on the publisher tier with Tiny News Collective. And there's the website if you've stumbled onto me in the world of YouTube somehow. Emailing me will not cause you randomly to get free hosting. Nice try. You need to be a member of Tiny News Collective on their publisher tier. So that's who I'm addressing today. That's hopefully you. Um, and then that publisher tier host through Tiny News Collective is going to include Ghost Pro hosting until you have 10,000 subscribers, whether free or paid in Ghost, or $1,000 a month in recurring revenue through Ghost. That doesn't include things like donations, grants, other things. That's just your recurring subscribers coming in through Ghost. At that point, you've outgrown the free or included in publisher tier hosting that's provided, and we're not kicking you out, but you will need to choose a larger paid plan with Ghost that will accommodate those members. And don't worry, we'll help you do that. All right, the thought here is that, of course, at the point where you are making $1,000 a month in subscriptions, or you have 10,000 subscribers, that you are at a point where you should be thinking about how do I monetize, and that monetization should cover your hosting. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to minimize or tab back and forth, hit pause, do all the things you need to do to make this work, but get yourself on over to ghost.org. And I'm just going to switch tabs, do that. Also going to turn my video off so it's less distracting. Oh, I'm not sure that's better. All right. So here we are. We are at ghost.org, and we just need to come on up here and click Get Started Free. So we'll click that. Okay. And now it's going to ask for some basic details like our name will be me today. I think will be this me. So go ahead and put in an email address. That does need to be a real deliverable email address for you. And then you might use your password manager to go ahead and create a password, or you can make up your own password. All good. I've just flashed you my password, so I'll be changing that when I finish this video, but that's okay. All right, so you're going to put in your email and your password and click continue. Sure. And then we're going to go ahead and set up our site. So just give your site a name. Presumably this would be the name of your newsroom, or not. Don't get too locked up here. You can change this later. Nothing we do here is going to be really binding in the sense that you need to get locked up. We just need to get something online. I always say, make it done and then make it good for some of these activities. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll pick a name. If you need to change it next week, that's cool. It's not hard. All right, click continue. Next up, in order to prevent spam signups, the Ghost team does require that you have a credit card. Okay. Anybody signing up for Ghost gets a 2-week free trial. that does not auto charge at the end. So even if you're not a Tiny News member, it's totally okay to put your credit card in here. Nobody will bill you at the end of it unless you click to select a plan. Um, in the case of our Tiny News publishers, what's actually going to happen is they're not going to bill you because we're going to put you onto our Tiny News plan, which does not bill you each month. Okay. So I'm going to hit pause for just a second and put in my credit card details. Let's go ahead and let's do that. All right, so I'm just putting in all my credit card details. And after you've done that, you'll go ahead and click that Start Free Trial button at the bottom. Okay. And so it may spin and think for a moment or two. Mine is saying creating site, creating site. We are in the Ghost dashboard and everything is ready to go for us. Okay. Um, let's go ahead and let's notice right now what our URL is. For starters, it's going to be my site is awesome in my case, or whatever name you've chosen, but with hyphens, .ghost.io. Okay. And then anytime there's a slash ghost after it, let's just make it slash ghost. It's going to put me on the analytics page anyway. Okay, fine. If it has slash ghost after it, that means we are somewhere in the private dashboard part of the site. Okay. So our site is now up and ready. And in fact, let's just switch tabs real quick. Our front end of our site, until we hook up a custom domain, is going to look like this. It's called my-site-is-awesome.ghost.io. Notice there's no slash ghost on the end. So this is my publicly available site. Okay. Ghost has given us a completely generic boilerplate layout, and I hope you like pink and purple as much as I do, and also one sample post and some sample entries up here in our navigation, just so that we are not looking at a totally blank screen at this point. Okay. So we have that's our front end. And then to get ourselves into our dashboard, we need to be at that same URL, but with slash ghost on the end. Okay. One rookie error that happens sometimes is that people are on the front end and they click sign in and they're really confused. The sign in and subscribe buttons here are for your public visitors to make an account that lets them read on your website and perhaps pay you a monthly subscription fee for reading on your website. That's not where your login is, although you will also want to make yourself a public visitor account later. Okay. But you are back over here at slash ghost. Okay. And all ready to go. Let me point out a couple things here real quick while we're here. This green upgrade button. If you are a Tiny News publisher, do not click the green upgrade button. I know it's the biggest thing on the screen. Clicking it will cause it to tell you to select a plan and then start charging your credit card. Please don't do that. Okay. Let's go back to what we're trying to accomplish today on our list. Oh, there it is. We made our ghost account. Our next thing we're going to do is to make sure that we add TNC Tech as an administrator. That lets me log into your site so that I can help you. And then finally, we'll need to make sure that we're actually on that Tiny News plan. Okay, so let's get ourselves on back there. Down here in the bottom left corner, we have this little gear icon. This is the settings button. You're going to hear me in other videos talk about click the settings button. So you're going to click that. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and add TNC Tech to our video or to our Ghost site. All right, so that is under staff. So you're going to click on staff. Okay. You're going to see, not me, but you up here as the owner of the site. Okay. And then you're going to see an invite people button. And so you're going to click that invite people button and you're going to send an invite. You're going to send it to tech@tinynewsco.org. And I will leave that in our chat, in our video description as well, so you can copy and paste it. Okay. And please go ahead and invite tech@tinynewsco.org to be an administrator. That gives me access to almost all parts of your site, except the payment information. So it won't let me mess with your credit card, but That'll let me if I need to help you get your theme reconfigured or hook up an integration or the logo is loading too small or whatever it is that you need. That'll let me help you. Okay. Click that send button. While you're here, you can also invite, if you have collaborators, maybe you're a two or three person partner newsroom, you could go ahead and click the invite people to invite those folks as well. Administrators have almost all of the abilities of the site owner. Editors can't deal with payments, but can publish um, and can invite authors. Authors, and we'll go into all this more detail later. The authorship role lets somebody publish a post. Contributor is a role that you might use for an occasional contributor who doesn't have the ability to publish on your site, but actually still can log in and use the Ghost editor to get their content ready to publish. And then you or one of your editors would come back and actually hit the publish button. On the Tiny News Publisher plan, you have a total of 5 staff members. That's you, the owner, plus anybody between administrators and authors. Contributors don't count toward that total. So if you have a lot of contributed content from others, you will probably want to set them up as contributors so that you don't blow out of your plan limits. Many small and medium-sized newsrooms do just fine with 5 staff members. If you are running low on staff members and you need to suspend, or I haven't accepted yet, so here we're seeing revoke, but we would see suspend after I had accepted the invite. You can suspend an account. You could suspend the tech account, but if you do that, then I won't be able to help you without you unsuspending me. So I encourage you, at least while you're getting everything set up, to kind of reserve one of those 5 staff roles for Tech at Tiny News Co. so that I can hop in and help whenever you need me. Okay, so you sent me an invite and hopefully we've been talking, so I know to be on the lookout for it. Okay, and again, you can invite other members of your newsroom at the same time. And then the other big thing that we have to do here is that we need to go ahead and make sure that you are set up on Tiny News's plan. And to do that, all you need to do is send me an email. Let's get back and get my email on the screen. There's my email. You need to send me an email. You need to say, hey, Kathy, those were great directions for onboarding. Or not. Feel free to give me some constructive feedback. I'm an adult. I'm good. Okay. But you're going to send me an email and you're going to say, hey, Kathy, I got my Ghost site set up and here is the URL for my Ghost site. And you're going to give me the URL for the Ghost site. It doesn't matter really if it's got extra stuff like /ghost on the end, but I need to know what is in front of that .ghost.io. Okay. You send me that email and I'll start the process on our end to get your account associated with Tiny News so that when your 2-week free trial would otherwise expire, it won't, and you'll continue on with Tiny News's plan. Okay. While that's in progress, and sometimes even after we've gotten you on the Tiny News plan, um, Ghost's automated email onboarding process will send you a number of super helpful emails about getting started with Ghost. I highly recommend them. But it may also send you a marketing pitch telling you that you should pick a plan and sign up and start paying, or it may tell you that your free trial is about to expire. If you've sent me that email and you've gotten an acknowledgement from me, then don't worry, everything is fine. Feel free to forward that email and say, hey, Kathy, I got an email. My trial is expiring. Could you confirm? Sometimes it does happen that those emails are already sort of queued up before we get you on the Tiny News plan, but you should not be getting a bill direct from Ghost. And although your credit card is in their system just for fraud prevention, they won't charge you as long as you haven't hit the upgrade button to choose a plan. Okay. And you haven't, yeah, and you haven't hit, just don't hit the upgrade button. Okay. And you should be good. All right. That's all for this video. Do feel free, now that you're in Ghost, to go ahead and start playing around and clicking the buttons. You really can't break anything as long as you don't click the upgrade button. So it's totally fine to just start exploring. If you're the sort of person who likes to explore, go for it. I will be following this with demonstrations of how to publish your first post and how to start configuring your site to make it look the way you want to. So you can certainly follow along with me on those future tutorials, but also feel free to just go ahead and start clicking. At this point, you don't have any subscribers. You won't break anything. Go for it. Have some fun. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.